Good morning.
So this $135 million, it's to boost regional services and connectivity programs. What will people actually see on the ground?
Well, what they might see is, as part of the $100 million economic regional partnerships for recovery, what they may well see is a program which looks at building up, say, an energy and waste facility. It might be infrastructure. It might be, indeed, marketing to get people to that particular area, whether it's the Whitsundays, Mackay area, which has been very hard hit and their tourism numbers have plummeted. Whether it's Kangaroo Island, it might need some infrastructure built. Whether it's Gippsland, indeed, southwest region of Western Australia. It's designed to encourage people to visit those areas. It's indeed designed to build infrastructure in those areas. Now, there's $100 million there across 10 regions, and we'll be discussing, of course, with local councils and local leaders as to how that money should be best spent. And so this is a very good program, providing very good money for very good projects.
Why do you keep using the word might? Why do you say might? If you've got this money that's been outlined, wouldn't you be using that towards actually making something happen?
It depends on what they want. It's a very bespoke approach for these regional communities. I believe in regional Australia. I know that regional Australia's best days are ahead of it, but they've been very hard hit by COVID. They already had the bushfire season. Many of those areas I mentioned went through the drought and lost big time in the drought, and so they need recovery. They are, in fact, in many ways in regional Australia leading the way through COVID, and this $100 million will help them do just that. Very bespoke for those particular regions, identified by a matrix of how hard hit they've been through all those natural disasters that have befallen the nation. And I know that this money will be well spent in those areas. The local leaders will welcome it and already have. I know many of them have already spoken as to, and it's only been announced this morning.
Yeah, so basically you're getting people around, these connectivity programs, you're getting people around to talk about how they're going to spend
the money. Connectivity is $30 million for those areas outside the NBN footprint. So Mark Colton has worked this up to provide new connectivity arrangements for those areas outside the NBN footprint. And there's another $5 million as well. So it's $135 million, $5 million to be spent on building up resilient leaders, to have voices from these local areas, voices from these regional communities speaking up and making sure that they can be their best selves. I know that Matt Liniger in the program that he runs has done so much good for so many young people who've gone on to bigger and better things, staying in their regions, making sure that their regions has a voice. We want to grow agriculture from the $60 billion enterprise to $100 billion. That's why we're putting in place labour workforce changes. We want to make sure that that food and fibre, which is the best in the world, can actually get out of our ports, get out of Sydney port and away to the world. We want to make sure that if regional Australia can be bigger and better, then we're putting the right moves and right programs and right funding down to enable it to do just that.
What about building more phone towers to fix black spots?
Oh, well, when we're doing that, we've done many rounds of the Black Spot mobile program, and I could point to many of those towers which have made such a difference. I can remember a small business owner come up to me at Maringo when we announced a tower there not that long ago, and she said this will not only provide connectivity for my daughter who's doing a high school certificate, but indeed it's going to provide me with the opportunity to reach the rest of the world with my little small business that I've got in a little place in the Young district.